Tēnā tātou, he mihi tuatahi ki a koe matua e whakatuwhera i tēnei hui tēnei, i tēnei rā. Koutou, nā iwi pōwhiri, haukāinga o tēnei whenua, e whairangi, tēnei te mihi atu ki a koe, koutou, mo whakatai manaakitanga mo tēnei rā, ki a mau, ki a mātou. Te iwi o te taitokera, tēnei te mihi atu ki a koutou katoa. Ko wai koe, ko wai katoa no ko Ngāti Tūwhare tō, ko Ngāti Raukau, tēnei I mihana ki o koutou. Ko James Whetu tōku ingoa, e tupu ana I tokoroa, ko Ngāroa wahia, e noho ana I nāi nei, no reira tēnā koutou katoa. So I'm a small town, townie boy, and I get the privilege to be one of the Maangai Māori appointees on the Hamilton City Council. So the Hamilton City Council, back in early 2018, initiated an initiative with Waikato Tainui, Iwi Authority down that way, as well as Te Hao Kirikiriroa, which is the Iwi group for representing mana whenua. There's 5 mana whenua within Hamilton City, and Te Runanga o Kirikiriroa, which is the Urban Māori Authority. The reason why it was initiated was our mayor, Mayor Andrew in Hamilton, was unsuccessful in getting Māori seats through his committee, through his council. So he used the LGA to initiate a conversation and set up a situation or placements of Maangai Māori within his committees that have full delegation of decision making. And I sit on one of them. And so in conversations with the three, what we call our parent bodies, we council and the 3 parent bodies created 5 positions. 4 Māori or whānau who whakapapa to the mana whenua as well as the iwi, and then 1 is at large mātāwaka. And so it was in a process of appointments where the requests went out to whānau on who works for their marae, or who does stuff back at home for their iwi, for their hapu, for their whānau, as well as has a skill and craft in the business of the 5 committees. So, with the financial committee, we have Bella Teakari Baam. She is a chartered accountant. She is on the trust board for Maniapoto Māori Trust Board, as well as on her marae in Tikawiti. And so she's very engaged with her marae, very engaged with her iwi, Waikato Maniapoto, Waikato Tainui, as well as knowing her craft. We do also have growth and infrastructure. That gentleman is Norm Hill, and his background is policy, planning, and strategic development. He works for a consultancy called Buffer Miskell, and again, very active in his community, in his marae, Mata Whanui in Huntly, Rahui Pōkeka, as well as in his craft. So where I'm going with this is we're not politicians. So our appointments were based on craft for craft, skill for skill against the politicians and their representative departments that supported those committees. So my background is resource management, planning, so I'm familiar with consents and policy, and the lack of consideration of mātauranga, Māori perspectives, values and interests in those policies and consents decisions. And so I sit on the Regulatory and Hearings Committee, where we see, if you're familiar with that process, applications, bylaws, and any other kind of rule or provisions that the council wishes to set up. So in my role, again, I don't play politician, we don't play politician, we just battle it out through hingangaro, battle it out. So where I do lack from Matua here and Glenn, we don't have key messages or we can paint pretty pictures, sorry, not pretty pictures, but we are not skillful in that art. We've been told, our director from our iwi, from our whānau, is change the system, change the way the staff think, change the way the decision makers bypass Māori values, Māori whakaaro, And so by doing that, we are working through the system on making sure, again, it's a system approach. If you're familiar with it, the reporting, where they're gathering information. So a lot of my stuff is based on evidence. So they always say, if you've got a tohu or you've got a number of tohu, you're an expert. But they don't give that same consideration to our whānau, to our kaumā, to our kuiama. So again, it's testing the system, getting them to change their practices internally, and doing that from sitting on committee and councils. So again, so there's the 5 committees that have full delegation of council. My one, so that's the regulatory and hearings, the growth and infrastructure, which is about the infrastructure planning, which is a 40-year plan on where spending's going to go and what's going to get done, and where all the works are going to go. So Balashi has the financial committee, which is about the spending, as well as the long-term plan, which is where all the investments and money is going to go. And then we have 2 who sit on the community services and environment committee, which is all about the 4 wellbeings. And so they work in that space to make sure that obviously again, if you're familiar with council processes, those community outcomes that are articulated in those plans and where all the money is getting invested into, is going and getting considered about Māori values, our Māori population, as well as the outcomes our whānau wish to see. So we started in October last year, so we've been playing catch up since. And as you do, you still get a request from the whānau to get something done now. And one of those was street names and place names within Hamilton City, Kirikiriroa. So for an example, we have Grey Street, named after General Grey, our Governor Grey. We have Cameron Street. We have Von Temsky. Von Temsky was a guerrilla militant who wasn't very nice to our whānau, as well as Captain Hamilton. And so we've been pushing through, and it's been supported by half of council around how do we get those names changed. So again, it's trying to work the system. We don't, again, I want to remind you guys, we don't play politicians. We're not a politician, we just do the business. So whether or not that's an option here for Te Tai Tokereo, the whānau, instead of try and work within the framework of democracy and trying to be a candidate, working in that system, the potential of council's appointments, whānau appointing to do the business, and then you can just be straight talking about business instead of trying to win the hearts and minds of the whānau and the people in the community. So yeah, I did a very quick one, noting that we've got a few minutes. So, kia ora koutou.